It's late winter here in the North Country, halfway between harvest and harvest, and only the storage all-stars remain. These get us through the next 4 to 6 months until the harvest begins again. In the root cellar, potatoes, carrots, turnip, and radish are still going good. Drier, warmer storage, we have the alliums, garlic, shallots, some yellow onions like Patterson. And we have our squashes. Delicata are starting to fade out, giving way to tromboncinos, which have another month plus. Some cabocas, and Sibley, which is an incredible storage squash, is just coming into its prime and can go another. Last year's abundant apple crop was put up in planer shavings in the root cellar, kept as close to freezing as possible, but just above, and also in our dry sparkling ciders.
Oh, can I try it?
You can go like this. Gold Rush has been proving over the years to be one of our best stores, even better than Ashmead's Kernel. Our honey harvest, of course, has centuries left in it. We store it mostly as whole comb in frames, much of which will feed back to the bees in the next season. Fruit, and especially flowers, form the basis of our sparkling dry meads. These ferments store for years and years, getting better over time with no electrical input, unlike anything that has to be refrigerated or frozen. Dried, nutrient-rich foods like jerky and our favorite dried fruit, choke cherries, are also a great example of passive storage that can last multiple years with no energy inputs. We dry more every year, focusing on things like dry beans and a lot of herbs, especially nettle, sweet anise, a variety of mints, and lemon balm, to name a few. Those can last at least a few years in a really high quality way, especially if you keep them cool and very dark. All of these foods, except the jerky, are dried using the sun alone on screens. Now 20 years in, we barely can anything, reserving that method for things we just really love or that are very value dense, like beef tallow, hot sauce, and some tomato sauces. We do freeze really key items like meat, sea berry. Although the mountains of Vermont are pretty darn cold, with frost-free seasons often lasting only 3 to 4 months and the entire growing season being about 6 to 7 months long, it's so abundant during that time with such long days, and the temperatures during the dormant season are such that we can store that abundance really well until things get rolling in the next June and July with just a few nuanced but very reliable approaches.